when I first was told about the speaking of, right. When I got here,
I tried to whisper.
No, that's fine. They said it was 5 to 8 minutes, and Pastor Sanders at first talked about it, and he said 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll keep it short. I can keep it short. There was a time when everything I did was short. Everything was a couple minutes. I can say what I got to say, get out of here. I thank the Lord that I can talk for 5 to 8 minutes.
Come on.
I can talk for 10 minutes. I can make you want me to sit down, all that kind of stuff. So when I was thinking about just this task and thinking about what I was thankful for, I talked to the Lord about it. I said, Lord, what am I thankful for? And he said, well, aren't you thankful for me? And I said, well, yeah, when he put it on my spirit, he told me that I was thankful for God being God.
Yes,
I know a lot of times my testimony will talk about, we love God, and even though we can't fully understand God, we are thankful that He is God. We oftentimes think about people, and I think about myself and all of my flaws and how I'll try to forgive, but I can't. It's hard for me to forgive sometimes when somebody does you wrong, or hard for me to love somebody that that's hard to love. And I think about the Lord, and I think about how He's loved me when I was unlovable.
Amen.
We read recently in the Gospels, it talks about, the disciples are asking Jesus, well, how many times should we forgive our neighbor? And, they of course, they want to throw out a number like we do, like I do. Jesus, how many times? Isn't 7 times 7 enough? And Jesus says, no, how about 70 times 7? That's how many times you're to forgive your neighbor. Sometimes I want to count to that point, of course. But, when I think about how many times God has forgiven me, I think He reaches 70 times 7 every day. So, when I think about the grace and the mercy and just, I'm one person in this world of, 7+ billion people. And yet He's called me. And yet He's loved me. And yet He's allowed me to be who I am for Him. So, I can't thank God enough for that. I also want to talk about how, everything that we've done recently in our Sunday school has been about having a mindset, geared towards Christ. And I want to thank God this day for allowing me to have that kind of mindset.
Yes.
Allowing me to be able to have the blinders on, not for Shaun, but for Christ.
Yes.
And so, so often we will remove those blinders and we'll say, well, Lord, look at this person over here. And it's very easy to do. If we're here, we take it down. Lord, you're allowing this person to tarry, and you're allowing this, and we can get into trouble doing that. The Lord had brought it to my mind. I was substitute teaching in Camden. This was last year, and I was on my way home on the highway, and there was a lady on the highway beside me. She got up beside me, going about the same speed, and I saw her motioning to me. I looked over, and she was mouthing something and pointing towards the back of my car. And I made it out that she was saying that my gas tank was open. Now I knew that my gas tank had been open, and it would flop in and out. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it, I know. And as I was saying that to her, my car started to drift over into her lane. And then she got out of the way, and I was like, oh, snap, Lord, thank you. I'm all off the road doing crazy stuff. And, it's just that simple. I know when I first started driving, one of the lessons my family gave me was that when it's night out, you want to make sure that you're not looking directly into the car's lights that's coming towards you, because that sometimes you can drift into their lane. And as Mother Sanders says, we can have a habit a lot of times of drifting out of our lane into somebody else's lane. So I want to thank God that even though there's times where I take those blinders off and I want to say, well, God, look what you're allowing this person to do. Look what you're allowing this person to do. And he's able to put them back on. And he says, well, Brother Shaun, look where I have you. Look at the road that I have you on. We understand Jesus as the way, the truth, and the light. And, there's no other way to the Father but by Him. I'm thankful that God has called me and has allowed me to follow this path. And that whenever I start to veer off, that He takes me right back. God bless you.